So far in our study of modern art, we've learned about 4 art movements: classical art, realism, impressionism, and next we're going to learn about post-impressionism. Every new art style was influenced by the old art style. So classical art influenced realism art. Instead of making pictures just about kings and queens, realism artists wanted to make pictures about real-life people, the workers. Impressionism was inspired by realism. The Impressionist artists used real colors and real people, but they also wanted to show light and movement. Post-Impressionism means moving beyond Impressionism. So while there's still a focus on light and movement, now it's very exaggerated. Artists very rarely mix their colors of paint, so you can see bright, pure colors kind of brush onto each other without mixing the colors. One famous post-impressionist artist is Vincent van Gogh. He's probably the most famous painter in the world. He wasn't popular while he was working. His works weren't popular until after he died. He produced many paintings, but nobody liked them while he was still working, so he didn't feel very good about himself. But now a lot of people really love his work. In the story that I'm about to read to you, Vincent Can't Sleep, you will learn about Vincent's childhood and life as he became an artist. Vincent Can't Sleep by Barb Rosenstock, illustrated by Mary Grand Prix. Vincent can't sleep, so while the sturdy Dutch village of Zundert slumbers, he lies rocking in his wooden cradle, flame-haired, a constellation of freckles sprinkling his cheeks. His shining eyes change color, first blue, then green, and dart after pink and yellow starlit shapes that twinkle on the ceiling. Vincent can't sleep. Mother will fuss. Father will frown. He might wake his little brother Theo. In half light, his pencil drawings flicker on the sloping beams of their attic room. Carrying laced-up leather boots, he tiptoes down narrow pine stairs, turns the front latch, inching the door open to a wild shimmer of midnight air. Vincent can't sleep. Out, out, out he runs, flying through the garden, marigold, geranium, blackberry, raspberry. Past the church with its tall steeple, rolling hills and sandy paths meant for sheep. He dives at last into the velvety violet heath, snuggles up under a blanket of sapphire sky, and looks up, up, up to visit with the stars. Vincent can't sleep. Away at boarding school in bigger towns. Zevenbergen, Tilburg, dull classes, colorless teachers, rainbowed memories of home. While other students study, play, and laugh together, Vincent draws, writes, and sighs alone. He runs into the soothing darkness and is brought back to the harsh light over and over again. Vincent can't sleep. Though he's grown, working in gleaming cities, The Hague, London, Paris. He stocks and sells paintings in Uncle's fashionable galleries. Excited, bored, eager, lazy, explosive, shy. His many-colored moods scare the customers, and he's forced to go. Vincent can't sleep. Wandering west in England, south in Belgium. Teaching, shopkeeping, preaching. His letters fill with roadside scenes, peasants and thunderclouds inking along the way. Now he calls himself an artist. The neighbors whisper. His family worries. Is Vincent lost? He drifts, hundreds of miles in a tattered hat and cloak, framing hallowed sunsets with charcoal-stained hands. Vincent can't sleep and won't stop painting. He found his light. After scattered sessions from proper artists, he takes off, canvas and paints strapped to his back. Flashing brushstrokes capture country cottages at dusk, city cafes at midnight, canvas after canvas like radiant chapters in a book only Vincent can read. He discovers that darkness is not plain black. Galaxies of color float on the midnight air. Vincent can't sleep, shut tight in a hospital, told to rest as dark hills wave past his window, first blue, then green. He pictures a snuggling village, a flaming cypress, a tall steeple pointing up, 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 waits for morning when he's allowed to paint and asks himself wild questions. Does darkness have a texture? Thick? Thin? Does it have a rhythm? Quick? Slow? Is the night sky at rest, or do 11 stars pulse like a beating heart? Then his painting stands finished, a whirling moonlight dream reflecting the warm sun, bold and infinite, like the wandering Milky Way, strange and restless like Vincent himself, a sensitive boy, a hidden genius, a brilliant artist, the one who knows best the many colors of the night. Shh, Vincent is asleep. When we get together on Wednesday, we will recreate Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night scene. So please bring paper, markers, and crayons.